Welcome to Completely Camping. I'm Mel.
I'm Jenna.
I'm Greta.
We're here to teach you everything you need to know about camping.
We know when we first started camping, we made a lot of mistakes.
We hope that today we can teach you the basics so you don't make the same mistakes.
What is the first thing you think of when you think about camping? Fire. Sitting around the campfire and making s'mores is essential to any camping trip, but it is also important to stay safe. Here are some tips.
Before starting your fire, make sure to clear the area of any leaves or brush. This eliminates the possibility of them catching fire accidentally.
Make sure to tie back long hair and roll up long sleeves. Again, this keeps things from accidentally catching fire.
Always make sure to have a bucket of water nearby in case you need to quickly put out the fire.
Make sure to always have someone watching the fire. Never leave it unattended.
Always put out your fire before going to sleep. Never leave the fire burning through the night.
This last one may seem obvious, but always remember to be careful around a fire. Never run or fool around near a fire.
Now that you know the basics of fire safety, you can begin building your fire. One easy way to get a fire started is to use fire starters. These can be store-bought or homemade and come in all shapes and sizes.
Now, building a fire may seem difficult at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's no trouble at all.
The first step to building a fire is to gather the wood for your fire. You will need both large and small pieces of wood. There are 3 ways you can get this wood. Your first option is to bring it with you from home. The second option, and this is only offered at some campgrounds, is to buy pre-cut logs right from the campground. Your final option is to find the wood that you need in the area around you. If you are getting the wood from the trees and forests around you, make sure to bring along something to cut them with.
Step 2 is to begin building your fire. Before you begin this step, make sure you have a bucket of water at the ready nearby, just in case you have any problems and need to quickly put out the fire. Now there are many different ways to build a fire, but today we are going to demonstrate for you the log cabin method of fire building. Start by laying a few small pieces of wood in the center of your fire pit as a part of the foundation for your fire. Then, take your 2 largest logs and lay them parallel to each other and about 10 inches apart. Next, you're going to do the exact same thing, except you're going to lay the next 2 logs on top of and perpendicular to the first 2. Repeat this process 3 or 4 more times until you have a wooden structure that looks a lot like a log cabin.
Step 3 is to fill the space between the logs with kindling. For this, you can use paper, old newspapers, dry lint, twigs, or tree bark. The use of leaves or pine needles is discouraged since these tend to produce a lot of smoke. In our demonstration, we decided to use paper. If you're using paper, like us, crumble it into a ball so that it will fit into the empty spaces. Then place the kindling between the logs.
Once your kindling is in place, you can light the kindling on fire. The easiest way to do this is to use matches or a lighter, which is why we opted to use a lighter. But you can also light your kindling by touching a 9-volt battery to steel wool to create quick sparks. Make sure to light the kindling in multiple places so that your logs catch fire quicker.
Now that you've lit your fire, all that's left to do is wait. Soon the logs will catch fire and your fire will grow. If this does not seem to be happening, you can always add more kindling or try to relight the fire. A successful campfire should look something like this.
When you are finished with your fire, make sure to put it out. To do this, just take your bucket of water and dump it over the fire until the fire is completely extinguished.
Now you know all the steps on how to build a log cabin style campfire. Feel free to explore other methods of fire building to find the one you like best.
We hope that you found this video helpful and that you have learned how to safely build a successful campfire. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and check out our other camping videos. See ya!